Dear friends, we once again have Professor Jacob George Orathil with us. He is the former head of the Department of Chemistry, CMS College, Kotte. He is with us to share a typical concept from his research field, theoretical chemistry. And that concept is an angry tiger in a paper cage. Imagine an angry tiger confined in a paper cage. Interestingly enough, Professor Jacob George Orathil links this concept to our mundane life. Hope you like the video. If so, share it and subscribe the channel. Thank you.
Dear friends, I'm Dr. Jacob George and I taught in this CMS college in this beautiful campus for nearly 34 years. When I came over to CMS college as a pre-degree student in 1970, what fascinated me most was the brilliant teachers here, especially Dr. P. Thomas, who taught us theoretical chemistry. One word about theoretical chemistry. Chemistry is mostly a visual subject, but what is behind these visual realities, that is what theoretical chemistry is all about. And Dr. P. Thomas, as I already mentioned, one of our most brilliant chemistry teachers, he was using all his knowledge that he amassed from the U.S. universities, and he encouraged us to ask questions. So I being one of his favorite students, I used to ask questions, and he would really answer many of my doubts. But one day, I happened to ask him a really tough question. The great professor didn't discourage me, nor he belittled me, but he just said, You find the answer to this particular problem. You study very well, and then tell me what the exact answer is." And this gave me great enthusiasm and great courage. And I went over to all our books available in theoretical chemistry, and I started studying theoretical chemistry in depth. And then in 1977, I got my degree in MSc in chemistry, and I was appointed as a teacher in CMS College. And by the time Professor P. Thomas left CMS College, and I was asked to take theoretical chemistry in his place. When I came out to the classes, I knew how difficult it is to teach theoretical chemistry. So I started once again. I started delving deep into chemistry texts, and then I realized that going for a research in theoretical chemistry is the best solution for my problem, for my teaching problems. And fortunately, I got the opportunity to work under Dr. K.L. Sebastian and Dr. Pius, best, two of the best theoretical chemists of India. And I pursued theoretical chemistry for nearly 5 years. And then, in the time, I had to study. I had to come across many brilliant theoretical chemists of the world, and I had to study them. I had to go through the texts. I had to go through the papers, and many Nobel Prize winners in theoretical chemistry, few of the best theoretical chemists of the world. I had to meet. I had to study, but one of the greatest theoretical chemists I met was Roald Hoffman. And one word about Roald Hoffman. He got Nobel Prize in theoretical chemistry in 1980. 1980. No, normally, it is said that there is a joke about professors that they make simple things complicated. But in the case of Roald Hoffman, he could make very great complex things very simple. That was the speciality of this particular Roald Hoffman. That's why Roald Hoffman attracted me. That is, I could find him very fascinating. And the theory that I was pursuing was that my major area of study was how strained molecules. Some molecules are highly strained, and usually molecules come out of the strain by transforming to some other type of molecule. But some molecules deny. They remain as strain molecules itself. And the answer to that particular problem was given by Rolf Hoffman. And that concept, that is uh, tiger, an angry tiger in a paper case, that is a symbol. That's a symbol of a strained molecule. The tiger is angry and also powerful. Just one touch will break that particular paper, and the tiger can easily come out. But due to some reason, due to some problem, the tiger cannot touch the paper, cannot touch the paper cage. And in molecules also, in a large number of molecules also, in a few, in a special kind of molecules that I have already mentioned, that is very highly strained molecules. As I mentioned, strained molecules usually come out that try to free their energy and come out less energetic, less strained. But few molecules like prismane, they don't come out to be free because of this particular concept called as the paper in a tiger in a paper cage. So I'm not going into the scientific details of that particular thing, but because it needs special study and special training for the particular to explain that particular thing. But I can relate it to life itself. Life, how we can relate it to life. Just one of the best examples I can think of is the 1962 Cuban crisis. You elders must have been knowing about this 1962 Cuban crisis. That is, there was at the time of the Cold War between America and Russia. Khrushchev, that Prime Minister Khrushchev, decided to make a nuclear station in Cuba, and Cuba is so close to United States, and United States was threatened, and Kennedy was then the president of United States, and he knew about the possible threat, and he wanted Khrushchev not to make a station, that is a nuclear station in Cuba. And then, but Khrushchev never heeded, and a warship and a ship carrying all the nuclear weapons was going to Cuba, and then Kennedy warned that there is a quarantine place in Atlantic, and if Khrushchev touches that particular point, nuclear war is inevitable, and Russia will have to suffer a nuclear bomb. And Khrushchev never heeded, and slowly that particular ship moved, and the world was in a very critical world passed through very critical points for 12 days. Anytime the world feared that any time a nuclear war is inevitable. But Khrushchev, when he came to that particular quarantine area, he decided to come back. We know that that is Khrushchev was both angry and powerful. But if he touched that particular point, that quarantine point, you can see that the world would have been gone to ashes. So Khrushchev saved that particular situation, and the world should be grateful to him for that particular decision. And we know that in our own life, in our own daily life, politicians, sometimes they are powerful, they are angry, but if they touch some sensitive areas, you can find that there will be total disaster, and most of the time they will keep away, they will abstain from that particular decision. And even in our homes, when our children bring some problem, we know that we are powerful, and we are angry, but we cannot, in most of the cases, we cannot touch that particular issue, because we know that once we touch that particular issue, the whole family will be in trouble. So we keep away, almost always we keep away from that particular decision. We don't make things worse by touching. So that's what I have learned. Of course, I have learned many things from theoretical chemistry. I have learned many things from this particular phenomenon, was angry tiger in a paper cage. But I try to connect this particular thought to our daily life. That's all what I have to say about the angry tiger in a paper cage. Thank you.